In December 2019, China reported the first case of novel coronavirus. As of May 2020, 274,819 people have died worldwide. Public figures have called it the worst crisis since World War II. This is unprecedented. This is global health crisis. It has one of the toughest and longest lockdowns in the world that affected 7.8 billion people. Why do the pandemic hit us so hard? How can we recover and pull out by this deathful crisis?
COVID-19 is a disease that is caused by SARS-CoV-2 virus. It's another strain of coronavirus that is strong enough that any antimicrobial or any antiviral medicine has not been produced by the pharmaceutical companies, but there has been vaccines that are being produced by other pharmaceutical companies and have been used by other countries as well. And it all started in China, and it spread throughout the world.
We are now living in fear and danger because this virus is scattered everywhere.
The symptoms of COVID-19 include shortness of breath, cough, fever, loss of taste, and loss of smell. There have been pharmaceutical companies who have developed vaccines, and these vaccines have been used by different countries nowadays. The Philippines has been lining up for the availability of these vaccines. And aside from that, the recoveries of different patients who have been infected by this virus relied on intake of fluids as well as self-quarantine or quarantine in the hospital. So there have been no treatment yet, but the recoveries have relied on their immune systems as well as the intake of fluids.
Many months passed by, but still no answer for this. It still remains unpuzzled. No cure, no vaccine.
As a frontliner, our hospital has established protocols. These include wearing of personal protective equipment. So the personal protective equipment is used by the frontliners, such as by me, because it helps us to be protected from the virus, since we are completely sealed and the virus cannot go through the clothing that we wear, the goggles, the head cap, the face shield, as well as the face mask, and also the gloves. And before we handle the patients, we use this personal protective equipment, and aside from that, we also use alcohol as well as the disinfectants, especially when we are using equipment for certain patients that's been suspected for COVID-19 to prevent the spread of these virus.
All the people are affected, especially the students, parents, and teachers in this new world we are facing today.
This new system of education, online learning, is exhausting in my opinion, because it is like we're only submitting activities and assignments just for compliance and not for learning. We are facing frequently a cellular phone or any technological or magical devices excessively, which may affect our health negatively, specifically our eyes.
Ang diferensya sa COVID sa una ug karon nga nagmudyo ng mga bata. Ako isip ginikanan ako kay diferensya tungod ani online class ug module. Tungod ikaw isa ka pobre, dili ka ka-afford og palit og mga cellphone, gadgets. Unya mag-online class akong anak ko sayon dito silingan, magdagandagan. Loy kaayo tungod sa kapobrehon. Okay ra unta to ang face-to-face kay isa ko may man tong sa actual kay dagko may balos bata maura dagat.
The most difficult part in education is the deliverance of instruction itself. Why? Because there's a big difference between the transparency of how the teachers deliver an instruction from face-to-face into online class. I believe that there are three things we have to remember that affects or let's say implicates the quality of education. First is the quality integrity or the educational integrity. Second one is the performance quality. And lastly is the overall quantity or quality of learning. As a teacher, we are aligned in teaching, and we teachers do not just teach for salary, but we teach because we want to change one's life.
Farmers that producing foods are giving up because of expensive products.
Dayahay ang katong wala pa ng tubig, kay mahal ang presyo sa mga mais o may karon nga nag-COVID nagbrato isod kaayo para sana kami nga mag-uuma wala gab puso sa presyo sa abono o sa mga binhi sana mo pagkabawi kung ingana ang presyo per monte nga ilang sa brato doy kay mga mag-uuma ang among hago quits ra.
More than 10 million people had lost their jobs.
Dahil sa pandemic, nawalan ako ng trabaho. Dati ako, crew ng Jollibee. Natatanggalan ang Jollibee ng mga tao dahil sa ngayon wala akong trabaho. Mahirap talaga kapag walang trabaho. Lalong-lalo na ang aking ama bago lang namatay dahil sa kahirapan. Sa ngayon, hindi ko alam kung paano magsimula dahil mahirap maghanap ng trabaho lalo na maliit ang aking mga kapatid. Ako lang parang ako lang nagtatayo ng kanilang ama ngayon.
The development of the barangay had been stopped, traveling been banned.
The impact as a tourist promoter or as part of the chairman of the Laligan Tourist Spot or Tourism, naku kayo ang mawala, no? Ang impact niya is dugay na maka-imbis nga tsada na unta to kay mo sore na ta isip one of the tourist destination in the city of Valencia maglisod na sadta kay tungod i-close sa pudila, no, tungod sa pandemic kay para lagi, so we have to follow the protocol so that the COVID virus will not affect us, especially in our barangay. So mag-follow na lang ta sa protocol, no, so dako kayo ang nawala sa ato, gamay na lang kayo ang gaani kay basta daghan ang gaani sa atong barangay, dako kayo ang income sa atong katawan sa ato. So muna ang meaning sa tourism, no? Na pag naay tourist destination, daghan ang makabenepisyo nga atong katawan sa barangay. Example, pag sulod nila diri wala sila sakyanan, nasakay sa atong jeep, di ba? Naka-income ang atong mga driver o tagya sa atong mga sakyanan. Pag abot dito sa atong merkado, mo income na sad ang atong mga motor jack, motor jack display kanang mga motor nga mga habal-habal paadto sa atong tourist destination or Dalaligan Falls. So mo na ang pinaka-importante kung daghan ang atong mga tourist spots sa atong barangay. Okay. Our barangay affected by the COVID-19 because of we cannot go out from our house, especially because we follow the protocol, because of the mitigation of the spreading of the virus. And of course, every there are times that we close our different stores, no? So the time that the tourists will come here, the tourists cannot come here, and nobody will buy. Only our own consumption. We can buy for our own consumption. So that's why our barangay, our what you call this, the income sa atong barangay or income sa atong katawan sa barangay na lessen or ang uban na problemahan kay nawadaan ang trabaho.
But for Miss Lalang, this pandemic is a blessing.
Ngayon lang, may COVID kay natagaan may bugas, makakaon may tarong. Kung may COVID, hindi makakaon may tarong. Parang natagaan may bugas, kung wala may gitagaan, wala may pagkaon. Ang gitagaan, parang gitagaan may bugas, sakto among pagkaon. Na malungag na mo. Ay walay sakto na mo nga trabaho.